So tell me about Fiona Apple. What's up with Fiona Apple? I came across some of her tunes this morning, and they have like an early 2000s aesthetic, I would say, or like late 90s aesthetic, where there's some angst, some cool composition, some just all in all, really cool, inventive, kind of clever stuff. Very much a mix. The mixes tend to have not a lot of dynamic range, but a lot of people complained about that whole thing with the volume wars and the too much compression. But I think it's a sound, and if you're not into that, I get it, but it's part of what it is. And I think there are people out there that don't like dynamic range, and they're probably the ones that came up in the iPhone era, or even prior to that, with their little MP3 players and things like that, which lacked dynamic range to the music, so people got used to hearing that. But anyway, I'd like to. I'm not really familiar with Fiona Apple, so I'd like to maybe hear from some people that can clue me into what I should know about her, and like what's up with why she didn't why is she not a bigger deal today? And then as this is like a Tuesday morning rant, another thing that's popped into my head is like, what? I mean, I don't want to drop F-bombs, but like, who gives a fuck about Beyonce right now with her fucking country shit? And do I need to hear another artist do Jolene, which, quite frankly, to me is an overrated song to begin with. Sorry Dolly, sorry Miley Cyrus, sorry and now Beyonce, I guess, is supposed to be covering it. I could give a rip. And the idea that all of a sudden Beyonce is country and putting on a beige cowboy hat and has blonde hair, I'll say it. It's controversial to say it, I guess, but like, I don't care. What's the next thing that she's going to try and do? Like, is she going to dress like, John Bon Jovi in 1986 and do Living on a Prayer? I mean, that's kind of like the next thing. As you can tell, I've had a ton of coffee. I haven't mentioned Radiohead, but I will. Maybe I'll put Radiohead in the title so that the video gets a ton of views, because the way the YouTube algorithm seems to work is they're catering to viewers, and there must be a lot of Radiohead and Jeff Buckley. Jeff Buckley is a lightning rod. Just anyone out there who has a YouTube channel that wants to get views, I will tell you this much: mention Jeff Buckley or put it in the title, and you'll get some attention. The attention I'm into is this. Let's see if I can get the video. Yeah, look, I mean, I don't know what Fiona was thinking with the squid or octopus on the head in the video thing, but it's just kind of one of those things where like these artists at a certain point will just throw anything, or they'll listen to anybody about like whatever crazy idea is next. Some of them are more contrived than others, as in Beyonce, and I know I'm not gaining any Beyonce fans out of this, but I could give a rip. I'm not looking for Beyonce fans to be watching my channel. I've never been a fan of Beyonce. I mean, I get it. She's famous for being famous. She's the equivalent of Cher or who else? I mean, she's Paris Hilton.